fans, followers, clients, people. Hi, Neha. What is going on? How is everybody doing today or tonight, wherever you are in this world? Hi, Carmel, Blonde, Kelly, Kellyanne, Cassia. Hi, Deandra. I'm doing pretty good. I'm having a good day. Miss you too. That you're so nice, Neha. What is your sign, Neha? What do? I do tarot readings. Hi, Lisa. I do tarot readings. They are paid. Hola, Durante MC1. Hi, Cassia. Precious. I do tarot readings. I do collective readings on, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I noticed you. There you are right there. I see you. All like how your picture is so little on my screen, but you look really cute. So, yes, I do tarot readings. If you would like a reading on this live, thank you, Kelly. It is $30, but we are going to do a collective reading. And so, my idea was to do a collective reading for the last week of November. We are heading into the last week of November. We're finishing up the year, going straight into December. So, what do you guys want to do a collective reading on? Like, what does the collective want to hear about? So what is it that is on your mind that we can all agree to look into? Yesterday, we did career and finance. Oh, I don't really believe in twin flames, twin flames can get you into trouble. And normally, hi there. How are you, Doe? Hi, we are the light workers. You have medicine cards. You're an empath. You feel people's thoughts. Love X, no contact. Love. We got some people wanting to know about love. It's funny, those situations. Good. It's funny, those situations where you're wanting to be in contact with your ex with no contact. It's called move into the future, move into the future. Like, what is your future? Do you want to be with someone that, yeah, you want real love. You want real love. You don't want to force it with someone. Oh, now I don't do cheating. I don't do cheating because I refuse to be fodder for fire. I refuse to, because I think if you go to your boyfriend and say, a psychic on Instagram told me that you're cheating, I think you're absolutely gone around the twist. So, I don't know. I guess you really have to catch them in the act. I think when it comes to relationships, if it's a real relationship, then you can feel it. You can feel the real relationships. They are talking to you every day. They're in your life. They're real. They're real. But if you're in a situation that is half-assed, you're not hearing from them, they're bred. You are in intermittent contact. Yeah, no, I don't do cheating. I don't do cheating readings. But I mean, if you feel it, then you got to go with your gut. I heard one psychic say that they never confirm. I'll never confirm if someone's cheating. Like, I can see if you're cheating, but I don't look to see if they're cheating. But you also have to realize, are you in a committed relationship with this person? Is it really cheating, Oh, you're about to get married. Have you ever confronted him? Kind of got to catch him. So I'm sorry you're in that situation, but that's not a situation I deal with. So any ideas for other readings? Some people are wanting to know about love. I want real juicy love. I don't want to mess around with this half-ass people who, they're hot and cold and they're not really in it to win it. You want relationships that aren't lukewarm. You want relationships that are hot and in your face and have traction and are going somewhere. If you're in a situation where it's just no good, then what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, thank you. I'm glad I'm still precious. I don't know. I kind of have a little bit of harsh love, or what do you call it? Where tough love when it comes to relationships. Hi, JD, that aren't working out. You wait for my live notification. Oh, that's really sweet. Thank you so much for always showing up. That's really great. I'm glad that you're here. And yeah, and if what I say resonates, then you have to take what resonates with you. There is going to be a reading here, Jing. It is a collective reading. I'm still getting ideas for what the collective reading wants to hear about. If you want a reading that is, let me see, it's always one side more interested than the other. That's in the beginning, but 30 years later, it's not that hot. You love being married to your husband. He is dying. You don't know what to do without him. You have an immune disease. Whew. Whew. Yeah. That's tough living right there. That's tough living. Hi, Tina. Thank you, Doe. If anybody wants a reading on this live, like a personal reading on this live, then it is $30. And I am Psychic Stina on Cash App and Venmo. And then we can dig directly into, yes, this will be posted. This will be posted to my Instagram feed, unless like something weird happens. Every now and then something happens, and I get kicked out. But if all goes well, this will be posted to my page. I'm sorry you can't hear. You are a survivor. We are all survivors. We are all survivors. If you're saying please message me, I'm sorry, I don't message people. Like that's on you. I have hundreds of people visiting my page, and so if you want to follow me, you have to follow me. So you got to keep tabs on me. I can't keep tabs on everybody. But if you want to check out my page tomorrow, then you'll be able to see it. I don't know how you can do that. Hi, Fatima. How's it going? So, well, what I'm going to do, and I have this deck that somebody sent to me, and I might like play with that deck a little bit. See, though, these people, they are so like such scammers on Facebook. Ugh. Felicia Williams, my ass. I wasted and gorgeous. I have to tell you, I logged on to Instagram today to do this live, and I follow Britney Spears. She's the best thing on Instagram. She is just, you think your life is a mess. You think your life is a mess. Some people, they have everything in the world and they just can't keep it together. Oh, I don't know what that is. That say I don't know. I've seen that word. I have no idea what they're saying. Yeah, they're just Felicia Williams, my ass. That's no Felicia. That guy's name is Michael or something. They're all men. They're all male scammers on Facebook. None of them are women. So yes, Psychic Stina is my only account. If you are approached by a psychic, that is offering you a reading, saying they saw your picture or they're led by your energy and they have a message for you. Beware. It is a scammer. They're trying to scam you out of money. They will give you a reading saying that you're cursed and you need to pay to have them bless you, and then they'll block you. It's all bullshit. So please beware of scammers. This is my only account. If you are approached by somebody with a name similar to mine but is misspelled, please report them as fraud and scam and block them. And if they send you any messages, report the messages, because that's what gets them blocked. Hi, Laura. How are you? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I have it down today. I have it down today, Diana. All right. What are we going to talk about? What are we going to talk about? I was thinking of doing the last week of November collective, so I'm cutting the cards. So let's see here. 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is the first card. 9 of Cups is a very funny card. Hi, Humanchi. 9 of Cups is that you want something so bad, but it's completely unreasonable. Completely unreasonable. It's hoping that something will change. It is hoping that something will change, but that is not going to change. Some people were asking about no contact, intermittent contact relationships. And what's crossing this 9 of Cups is the King of Swords. It's the person who doesn't give a shit and who you're hoping that they will at some point care. So I am doing a collective reading, Himanshi. If somebody would like a private reading, I can do that for $30. So Knight of Swords beneath. Oh, so there is somebody that, and I think we all have experience with this person. We all have experience with this person, whether it be in the past, present, hopefully not future after this reading, but you know, what comes around goes around. So what it is, it's the anxious avoidant relationship. It seems like that's what is going on in this reading. There is a person who tends to come on to you really quickly. They come on to you really quickly and they start really fast, and you think, wow, this is incredible whirlwind love. And they act like, okay, we want to be with you. We want to make this a thing. We want to commit. And they give you the vibes that you want immediately, right off the bat. And you're saying, this is great. This is awesome. Come on, pups, in or out? In or out, pups? You want to come in? No, come on, you guys. So these people, these hot and cold relationships, they start off really hot and then they get very cold. They get very cold. Has anybody experienced something like that? A hot and cold relationship with somebody who is very intense. You know, the avoidant attachment style is very peculiar. And so the King of Swords, Knight of Swords, this is my avoidant person. So the avoidant person, you know, sometimes I refer to it as a male. I don't mean to, but often, you know, most of my viewers are female, but there's so many different pronouns and people that we're dealing with. So when somebody is avoidant, if they start off in a life that is dangerous, high trend zone, they start off with a life that is dangerous and very interested. Now nothing. Right. Hi, Mac Dog. Right as I say that, most of my clients are female, like a bunch of my male clients came on. Oh, thank you, Fatima. You are so love the ladies. So far you feel like you can relate, right? So these avoidant, I want to call it a male, but it can be female as well. How are you doing, Mac Dog? So oftentimes these guys, they start off in these really dangerous situations. Oh, thank you. These very dangerous situations when it comes to being raised as a baby. And a 5-year relationship, avoidant, they're third party, married in secret. Ugh, ugh. Left on red a lot. And I have these dogs. They're so excited. They get so excited when I'm in here, but they can't decide if they want to be in or out. So, which is kind of like these guys. They can't decide if they want to be in the relationship or out of the relationship. And so, an avoidant person, when you have an avoidant attachment style, this is the type of baby that when their mother leaves them, they don't get upset, they don't tantrum, they brood. They get upset, and when she comes back, you're like kind of mean to her. And so avoidant attachment styles as babies, they are normally like, they can be abandoned, or they don't have like a specific caretaker, and so they learn how to attach very easily. Hi, Unity Sage. Hi, Unity Sage. They learn how to attach very easily, but they learn to detach very quickly. I want to break off for a second and just throw a card for Unity Sage. Unity Sage, are you doing okay? Are you doing okay? I just pulled a card and you got the Nine of Swords, which is like is life not as happy as it can be? Is life not as happy as it can be? How's your love life, Unity Sage? We got to talk. Thank you so much for your beautiful reading today. Yes, I went and I looked at Metatron and I did a violet flame meditation, and that right there is a violet flame, meditation. Like right behind me, this violet mandala. So when you said violet flame, I thought, oh my gosh, that's incredible. That's incredible. But but are you doing okay? Are you doing okay? Are you about to take out a loan? Or maybe we can DM or something and we can talk about something if you wanna talk. There might be something serious going on with you, and I don't want to blow your cover. You're in a hermit mode. You're in a hermit mode. Well, I'm reading Unity Sage real quick because Unity Sage read me on her live. She actually gave me a live. Sheesh. Don't. Oh, all the time. And so you're in hermit mode. Yeah, a little shut down. Nothing serious. That's good. That's good. Are you in a relationship, Unity Sage? Are you married or anything like that? Like, I'm so curious about your life. She has a book, you guys, about manifestation. She's a great psychic. You should follow her. And she's on TikTok and she's very supportive of me. And I want to support her too. I want to support her. She's so sweet, and so it seems like there might be some stuff going on. I don't want to blow your cover on this live. I don't want to air out any dirty laundry, but I want to support you as well. And so there's just some challenges. Maybe I'll DM you. So anyways, let's get back to this avoidant attachment style. This avoidant attachment style. When they start off, it is love. It is love at first sight, and they are so into you, and you're so into them, and it's so. No, I'm not the one chatting with you on Facebook. Oh, you're an open book. Good. I have lots of I have lots of scammers impersonating me, and so you have to beware. If it's I'm Stina Garbus on Facebook, and so I'm in Aries. And if you guys want a reading, it is $30 to get a reading on this live. Unity Sage gave me a reading, so it's kind of like tradesies. So I'm not giving out free cards to people because people do not respect the gift, and so you have to pay for it. So I do ask for $30, and I will give you a full reading that will absolutely knock your socks off. So yes, you have to, it's more than a donation. I do pay taxes, so it is a payment for the reading. It's a payment for the reading. So you have to pay. It's more than a donation. So I think scammers, it's friends and family, um, but yeah, no, I do pay taxes on everything that I earn. It's a business, it's like a whole thing. So, but beware, Psychic Stina is my only account, and beware scammers. They are everywhere. They are everywhere, and Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, they won't remove them. So, avoidant attachment styles. Avoidant attachment styles. So they learn how to attach. It is Psychic Stina. It's the same name. um it's the same name as my account on Cash App and Venmo. Cash App and Venmo, I'm Psychic Stina, and if you pay $30 USD, it's on. It's on. So, all right. Yeah, no, I gave a bunch of free readings the other night and I got cursed out. Somebody told me to go fuck myself afterwards. They DM'd me a special message, and I decided that I am not giving free readings anymore at all. So we're doing collective readings, and we can all enjoy the collective reading. But when it comes to like personal readings, no, you got to pay for it. And I'm sorry if that sounds rude, but I have to draw that boundary. I'm not going to get stepped on. I'm not going to get stepped on. Um, so, so back to these avoidant attachment styles, these people who are hot and cold, who start off hot and then they disappear. Do you guys ever have these? I know, intense, right? I came on the next day and had a nervous breakdown. So, does anybody have these situations where, does anybody have these situations? No, it is $30 for a full reading. One card is not enough. One card is not enough. I need to give you a full reading because you're a full person and there's a lot to you, and it's more than just a card. I want to give you a full, well-rounded reading that like gets to the heart of the issue and helps you relieve anxiety and get better and to make better decisions in the future, and to hopefully have like an impactful change that can change your life. Like interacting with me on a reading is like a huge thing. If you're drawn to have a reading with me, then your life is going to change. And so $30 is absolutely fair to have a life-changing reading with Psychic Stina. With Psychic Stina, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, all right. You're so nice, Trend Zone. Trying to pick up the chicks in my life. Trying to pick up the chicks in my life. I know I would condemn them, but I'm so nice, you know. I'm so nice. I went downstairs on Thanksgiving and I told my boyfriend and his brother about the lady who cussed me out. And they said, well, just tell her boyfriend was about to die. I'm like, I can't do that. Come on. Sometimes men can be more like, than I can be. So so it seems as if some people have these false fantasies around a person who is hot and cold, who is hot and cold. Oh yeah, no, they are like, I don't even remember their name. So with hot and cold, and it seems as if when things start, you get this feeling that you want more and that they're not going to give it to you. Has anybody been in a relationship where they felt like they loved the person more than they were loved? That they're giving more and they're putting in more attention, and that they may be led to say things to their person like, why don't you text me back on time? Or why, I haven't heard from you in like an hour since you texted me. Why aren't you texting me back? Or, has anybody had, or am I just like, like I'm trying to message you and I'm trying to be nice to you and I'm just not getting anything back from you. And you want to like tell the person, like, come on, like, give me what I'm giving you, like, give it back to me, give it back to me. So, yeah, so I am doing a collective reading, Kali Yog, and so right now I'm reading the past cards. So this is a full blown reading that is regarding an anxious, avoidant relationship with someone who is hot and cold and a little angry, because you tell the person, like, hey, get back to me, I want to hear from you, and I'm not hearing back from you, and they're like, maybe we need some space, or they say, hey, maybe we just shouldn't talk for a day, and they'll say something that'll be like an arrow, poof, right in the gut, and you feel just this sick feeling when you say, hey, love me, and the other person says, and they say, no, I'm jumping all around the cards. Breadcrumber isn't your type. That's very good. That's very good. But sometimes it goes back and forth, and sometimes the breadcrumber is, well, Mac Dog, you may have a secure attachment style because there's anxious, avoidant, and secure. Hi, Shining Starlight. And so right now we're covering the avoidant type. And so now, I mean, you were asking about the past cards, but like the present cards are not are not any better. So, because it starts with the 9 of Cups, which is like, oh, well, they gave me this hit that everything was going to be so serious and so secure. It is $30 to get a reading on this live, Shining Starlight. I am not in the business of giving free readings, but you can please enjoy this collective reading about hot and cold relationships. So this talks about how, you may be talking to somebody and you're hoping that everything will change, that they'll come back to this place where they're super sweet and super passionate and super handsome and yummy, but then they just kind of turn like distant and mean and awful, and they make you feel bad all the time. And so they make you feel bad all the time, but you still just want them so bad. They make you feel bad, but you want them. You want them so much, and the thing is that they're very guarded. And so, Mac Dog, you may be a little bit avoidant. It is a guarded type. Something that I hear, well, like at least for like avoidant women, is they'll say in their relationships, I need time to work on me. I need time to work on my own healing. I need time to heal. And so they'll say stuff like that, like I don't know what it is. I just need space. It's the people that need space. But if you're anxious, go on. If you're anxious like me, I'm super anxious. If you're anxious like me, you don't want space. You want to close the space. You want to be with that person like 24/7. Like you want to hear them. Why aren't you texting me back? Why aren't you hearing from me? I texted you 5 minutes ago and I haven't heard from you. Why? Why? And the avoidant guy is like, whoa, this is getting too close for comfort. This is getting too close and I'm getting uncomfortable. And so I need to push you away. And so I may say something mean to you. I may say something like, oh, beware of Julian. Yeah. Okay, Julian, it is $30 to get a reading on this live. It is $30 to get a reading on this live. I'm Psychic Stina on Cash App and Venmo. And if you pay for a reading, then I would love to cover that. But right now we're talking, and this is kind of a collective reading about wanting your ex back or wanting somebody back who is really good at disconnecting. who is really good at disconnecting. You want to be with somebody, but they can just like cut the tie. But then something amazing happens. You get space, and all of a sudden, you hear from them, and they turn up. Like my boyfriend would say, this is like a bad penny always turns up. This is a collective reading about hot and cold relationships. So it may apply to you, Shining Starlight. If you feel like you give a lot and don't get a lot in return, and if somebody started off super hot and you thought it was beautiful, and it was loving and it was amazing, but then all of a sudden they think they disappear. Then what happens? And so it says that you're stuck in the situation of always wanting your ex back. You're always thinking of them, and you're always wanting them to come back to this passionate time of, oh, it was love and it was great and it was amazing. And it was amazing. You always want it back. But that's the thing. It never really comes back. It just goes around and around and around. And so for the longest time, thank you, Carmel Blonde. Somebody's paying attention. Thank you, because she says she's doing a general reading. If you want your own, send her money and she'll read you. Absolutely. $30 USD, sweetie. And I will read you. So it says, you're very sweet. Thank you so much. Hi, Amanda. So here we have, let me just look here. This is kind of funny. This is kind of a funny reading because it says that with a situation like this, is that if they are a repeat offender, and so sometimes these avoidant types, what happens is if you have an anxious attachment style, you have an attachment system. I always feel like it's like right like in your stomach, kind of like in your solar plexus, where you just feel this pang, like this pain that you want to hear from someone, or you want to talk to them, or you want to get close to them. And if they're not around, you like research about them. You'll stalk them on Instagram, you'll text vomit all over them. Hi there. I'm sorry you're lost. If you would like a reading, it's $30 to get a reading on this live. I'm not in the business of free readings. So, but we are reading about a relationship that may relate to you. This is a collective reading, and so it may apply. So it says that these types, what happens with anxious types is when you get anxious, we dig into the anxiety and we do things to make the anxiety more, like text vomit or look at their bottom base of heart chakra. Yeah, I always call it the solar plexus chakra, the yellow one. That's it really like gets aggravated. I like to wear, like, if my solar plexus chakra is acting up and I have that sick love feeling that like my life is falling apart and I feel so depressed and awful, I wear a yellow ring. Is what I do. And so, oh, hold on a second. So the anxious attachment style, they'll dig into the anxiety and they'll push it, and they like to feel anxious. They don't like it, but they dig into it and they make themselves more anxious. Avoidant attachment styles, when they feel that pang, when they feel their attachment system being activated, they disconnect. They push away. This is what they learned as children because they couldn't rely on a stable parental figure. Hi, Crystal. They couldn't rely on a stable parental figure. And so they learned how to detach and not rely on any one person. And so they're able to go from person to person to person and detach really easily. And so if they're starting to get a little bit attached, they shut down and they'll say something really fucked up and they'll push you away and they'll disappear. And the anxious person is like, why me? You feel terrible. You feel terrible about it. And you experience something that's called attachment panic. which is that feeling of dread that makes you want to just throw up. And I feel really bad for people that have that, because I have that. I have a very anxious attachment style, and I know that feeling of dread when you have lost your love and you feel absolutely dragged through the mud. I mean, it's the worst feeling in the world. So you think, okay, the only thing that makes the anxiety go away is to hear from your attachment partner, is to hear from the person that you're attached to. So when you hear these people saying, I'm in a no contact situation or intermittent contact situation, when am I going to hear from them? When? It's because you're feeling anxious. And the only thing that calms you down is like a touch in with your attachment subject that makes you say, ah, everything's okay. And so this guy, he won't always give it to you. He'll talk to you for a second, but then once he starts feeling attached again, he'll say something screwed up and will leave you on your own, and you're stuck feeling bad again. And so it felt like everything just drifted away from you, and you're just clawing to get it back. You just want it back, and you're just like trying to get that feeling of safety and security back. And so you're putting your safety and security on this person who seems like this big strong person who's giving you everything you want, and then they just take it from you, and you're like a baby that has had their blanket ripped away, and it's a really painful situation. And so the thing is that there's like this amnesia that happens where you say, okay, so you're with this person, and you're giving them all this love, and they're giving you kind of a little bit back. It kind of started off more in the beginning, but then it kind of hold on, scammers on Facebook. Beware of scammers on Facebook. This is my only account. Beware. Um, and yeah, it hurts. It hurts a lot. And so you're giving all of this love to them. They're not giving you anything in return. But there's this funny thing that happens. They're not giving you what you want. They're treating you like shit, but all you want is to hear from them. Like, all you want is to hear from them. And you know it's wrong, and you know it's bad, and you know it's addiction, and you know that this person is bad for you. But everything that you want in the world is hinged on hearing from this person. A spider. I think I just killed a spider. So all you want is this person in your life, even though that your relationship with them feels terrible. Feels terrible. When you're with them, it feels great. You feel secure. You feel funny. You feel beautiful. But when you're apart from them, you're a nervous wreck. You feel terrible. And all you want is to hear them back. And so that's why you're text vomiting all over them. You're text vomiting, and you're just, bleh. Talk to me. Talk to me. Why haven't I heard from you? Why it's like people started caring for you when you stopped caring for them. What if you don't want to hear from them? If it wasn't a good relationship, then you block them. But that doesn't take away the attachment panic, because when you push the person, when they push you away, you want to create the gap. You always hear about like the people who are chasing and running and running and chasing. You know how cats, I always call it runny chase. When cats like chase each other all around. That's kind of what this is. And so the thing is that as the anxious party, you have this like very like anxious feeling. You have this very anxious feeling about it. And it's hard to control. And all you can think about is getting them back. But then with them, and this anxiety and this text vomiting and stuff, this guy hates it. The avoidant guy hates that shit and will run. And so then you get to this place where you're like, okay, I don't need them. I don't want to talk to them. I'm going to disappear. And you disappear for a week. Like, you don't text them. You don't do that. And this person they get amnesia. Now, all of a sudden, they don't remember why they didn't want to talk to you because you drove them mad and they were like, I can't handle this. So I'm going to make up a reason why I'm going to get out of here. And and so they get amnesia and they say, all of that attention was kind of nice. I think I'm going to give them a call. And then boom, you hear from them. You meet up. It's nice. You guys laugh. You have a date. It's great. Maybe even you have sex and it's fantastic. But then that snake disappears. He goes, no, I got too close. And his avoidant attachment system kicks in and he goes, oh, I don't like this attachment. She's clinging on to me. She wants too much of me. I got to push it away. I got to push her off. Like you got to get rid of this person. And now all of a sudden he's a mean motherfucker. And you're like, that guy, he used me and he's gone and he cheated on me and he did this and he did that. And you have all these reasons for why this person is a bad person. I have like this feather floating in my hair. And so he's been trying to get a hold of you. He was the clinger. Oh, and so, well, you may be the avoidant one. They push your buttons and drive you mad. They drive you absolutely batty. But then you forget that they pushed your buttons and you give them a call and you guys do. I'm doing this reading right now. And so if you want a private reading, Himanshi, you can schedule a private or you can pay me $30 and I can read you. But right now, this is a reading about this. This is a reading about this. I'm not going to change my collective reading. So you got to pay attention because this is talking about you. This is talking about you. So if you want a reading, you got to pay for a reading. Thank you so much. Straight facts. Absolutely. And so what do you do? What do you do? So it says that what you really want, people they keep and it goes around and around and again. You think all of a sudden he's this evil guy, you just had sex with him, he took off, and you wanted him back and now he's evil and you tell your parents how bad this guy is, you tell your best friend over and over again like how much pain you're in because of this guy and you wish he'd call you and how could he do that and is he sorry. You have this whole situation, but then it goes back to, well, where is he? Is he sorry? Is he going to call me? And then you come on to every psychic live you see and you ask them for a free reading. And that's what I deal with. And you see, and I see it, I know it because I've been somebody who has obsessively read my own cards because I've been in the same situation, well, does he love me? Is he coming back? Is he going to make up for it? Is he going to apologize? And the thing is that he kind of conditions you because he was passionate at first and then he pushed you away and then he had amnesia and then he came back, and then you guys had fun and then he betrayed you, and then it just goes all back around. Thank you so much, HV. Having peace is important in life. And that's a very good segue, Mac Dog. Because it says that what you really want is the love. What you really want is the love. You're seeking the acceptance. You're seeking the acceptance. And so you can have this momentary, I don't think men and women can just be friends. I gotta be honest. I don't think men and women can just be friends. Who agrees with me? I mean, like you can have like client relationships with people. You can be friendly, but like friends, like let's go have coffee friends. I don't think it's possible. You guys think you can be friends? Well, because there's always this weird sexual tension. And then what happens when you get into another relationship and the other relationship is like, you used to screw that guy, like screw that guy. Why are you talking to that guy? He just wants to get you, Yeah, block. Absolutely. You block them. You gotta block them. And but this guy, you gotta block him all kinds of ways. All kinds. You gotta block him on fucking Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on your business pages. You gotta block him on Skype. You gotta block him like WhatsApp. Because they are like, hi Vanita, because they are so insistent. They have this amnesia and they're like, why isn't she getting back to me? Well, yeah, there is a narcissist thing, but it could be just an avoidant person, and you could be in a cycle where you're being a stage 5 clinger and they're being a stage 5 running away from you. And and so you both have problems. You both have problems. You are wanting something that somebody else can't give to you. They may have given it to you in the past, but was it just to maybe sleep with you, or just to see what's, testing the waters, see where it goes? And then you want too much, you expect too much, and they run from you. I mean, we kind of have to be a little bit reasonable in relationships. But the thing when you're dealing with like a narcissist, or with some of these really, really big avoidant types, and the avoidant types are the trolls. And so they're actually a third of the population are avoid. Actually, it's close to a quarter, only 25%. But these are the ones that are always single. So the reason why you come across all these trolls, and well, I'm not saying that all avoidant people are trolls, but why you come across it is because they're the ones who are single. The secure people are in relationships. They're in relationships and they stay in them. They don't have all this crazy bullshit. They don't have all this madness going on. But the single people, they have this problem going on. And so it says, well, what do you really want? Deep down inside, like when you are saying like, oh, I want them back, and it's really killing me that I'm not hearing from them, and it's really killing me that I really want to hear from them. I really want to hear from them. But I know when I hear from them, they're going to be screwed up, and they're going to say something mean, and they're going to make me feel bad, and I'm going to go down this wormhole of feeling absolutely awful about myself, and threatened to kill myself, and to my best friend, and everybody has to put me in chains. And I mean, it's a whole wormhole. And that it's illness. It makes you sick. And so this is why I tend to not take these readings. When people say, is my ex coming back? I'm like, you are dealing with illness. And that is why the lady who cussed me out, it's a vicious cycle, very vicious cycle. And it's called an anxious avoidant relationship. And it's a nasty, nasty, vicious cycle. I like to call them circular relationships, because they just circle the drain. And it not only is your relationship with them totally nasty, but it ruins the relationships you have with your best friend, with your mother, with your brother, because all you do is talk about, oh, he left me again. Oh, he left me on red. Oh, he didn't get back to me. Oh, he slept with me and then didn't call me for a week. And and they're like, why are you talking to this guy? This guy is so bad for you. And next thing you know, this person is leaving you in the dumps, and you can't tell your best friend anymore, because your best friend heard it already and said that, oh, thank you. No, it's okay. They were hurting. That's why they cussed me out, is because they were hurting, and because I'm right, and because they are in the anxious avoidant relationship, the vicious cycle, that wanting your ex back is an illness. It's an illness, but it's a trained illness. They train you, because sometimes they do come back. Sometimes these hot and cold relationships are just that. They're hot and cold. They're back and forth. You're right. You never chased him, but was nice and comprehensive person, but you will never be enough for the wrong person, no matter how much you try. Yeah. So then all of a sudden you're dealing with like a really like negative person who is really negative for you, But you may also, because, and I love the last card. I love the last card because we say, no, I don't. I won't tell you your ex is coming back, at least not in a good way. Not in a good way. So the thing is, and my boyfriend really kind of enlightened me to this, is that at first we're like, okay, this guy is evil. He treats me bad. He treats me mean. Is he ever going to be sorry? Da 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 da. But the thing is you get to this point where you become very emotionally manipulative, and where the female or the anxious type gets very abusive as well. And so then this thing that used to be light and airy and happy and fun, see, they're playing, they're having a good time, turns into, we're just fighting all the time, and we're you're just like fighting all the time. And then all of a sudden this sweet person, he's abusing me, he's saying all these things, he's saying, all of a sudden you become an aggressor. All of a sudden you become an aggressor. I'm sorry, this is a collective reading. If you would like a personal reading on this live, it is $30. You have a good night too, Amanda. So you become the aggressor and you become a bully, and next thing you know, you have some blood on your hands, and you cry that you're the victim, but you're also saying some pretty mean shit. So sure thing. So it's a two-way street. These anxious avoidant relationships are really nasty, and they make you feel bad, and you always want to blame the other person, but it takes two to tango. Both people are at both people are at fault here, and so it's not just them, it's you too. And I had to really learn that, because for the longest time I was a victim. And so at what point do you stop being a victim and start being the aggressor? Because if you're a victim enough, you start fighting back. I don't, and you might have started fighting back early on, when you're like, why didn't you text me back? Like, you should really text me back. If I text you and I haven't heard from you 2 hours, I'm thinking, where are you? No, 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 no. Hello, that's called a nag. you know that's called needy and clingy, and that's not a good place to be. So you want to have love. You want to have somebody that respects you and appreciates you, right? So you want to have that love that is true. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm glad you think I'm chirpy. So I mean, you want to have that love that is true and beautiful and nice, but it's hard to get that love when you turn into this nasty, evil bitch. And I don't know about you, but who in this room can be a real like bitch? Come on. Who can be a bitch? Who can like say some really messed up stuff? Like it, when you're backed into a corner and you're feeling really hurt, you may say some stuff. You may not say it to their face, but you may say some stuff. Yeah, you may say some really nasty stuff. And so what does that mean? That's your karma. You know what I mean? And so you can say, well, he made me do it. It's like, well, how do you get better? How can you be in a respectful relationship where you are respected and being respectful? Because now you want somebody back that you can fight with, that you can get into it, because any attention is better than no attention. Any attention is better than no attention. And so yeah, you don't want to be the rotten naggy bitch. You don't. I don't want to be that person, and I have been. I have been. I have been very anxious and nervous and feeling awful. It's $30 if you would like a reading on this live. I don't give free readings. This is a collective reading though, so it may apply to you if you listen for a while, you may feel like it's your story. Let me have a sip of my drink. So what do you do? What do you do? Do you continue to rack up bad karma? Because you can fight with someone and you say, "Well, I'm fighting with them because they're fighting with me and we're fighting each other." Oh, you kill it with kindness. Oh, that goes on with that twin flame bullshit. I don't believe in any of that. They call it karmic. It's called anxious avoidant. It's called a psychological addiction that you need to get out of. Block, block, no need to give reasons. Yeah. What do? You kill it with kindness. But when you kill it with kindness, are you trying to get them back? I think the answer is to stop messing with them, is to stop talking to them. Block and ignore. Yeah. Because this guy always comes back. He has amnesia and he's really mean to you and you're really mean to him and then you're clingy and weird and then he gets uncomfortable and he leaves and then he creeps back. And he says, "Hi." And you're like, "Hi." Well, I think there is something to be said to have kindness, but it goes back to that thing. Can men and women or two people that are sexually attracted to each other, can they be friends? You know, if there's like a sexual thing going on between people, I don't think they can be friends. I and so you can just keep it short, you know? You keep it short. You don't, you just disconnect. It's business. It's business. There is nothing. So you can block them, but what if it's a baby daddy? What do you do? Merry-go-round, jingle bell, jingle bell. When you try to make it like they ain't that important and you're an adult and move forward. What about past sexual? Well, that's the thing. Is you can continue to have sex with this person because they creep back and you always end up in bed and then they disappear and then now all of a sudden they're a creep and now you're mad at them and you're bitching at them. Where did you go? Why'd you do that? You talked to your best friend, but I slept with him and that piece of shit, he took off on me. Like, what do I do? I can't give it up, but I really want to hear from him. And then he's gone and then hi, how are you, sup? And then you're like, oh, so do you want to like hang out, can I like come over later, and then you're like, oh, okay, yeah, you got to cut them off completely. You got to cut them off completely. And the thing is, it and so I always find that some people will have this idea that it's like that you have to fix it, that you have to, like, if things didn't work out, you feel like, well, maybe it's me, maybe I screwed up something and I have to go back and I have to fix it and I have to, because once you're emotional, make me feel like shit, you never look at them the same. That some people get this amnesia and they start thinking about the person and they can't remember that they made them feel like shit. And now all they do is want to hear from the person and they want their ex back and they can't remember how they were so creepy and so mean to them and how they disappeared and they didn't call them after they had sex and they disappeared for 2 weeks after they slept together. But now they're in a no contact separation period and all they want is to hear their ex back, and so they reach out to the closest psychic that they hear that they can toss a stone at and ask for a free reading. People never communicate, right? That's the real blog. Everybody's avoidant. Well, there's something to that. There is something to that because we do kind of cling to some people and avoid others. You think we have to leave them or cut them off from your life as no one can treat us bad. We can't give right to anyone to treat us the way they want. Yeah, you don't want them to treat you bad, but you also don't want to be in a situation where you're treating them bad too, where you're also being a piece of shit. Because, yeah, they took off and they left you and there was a whole thing. But then what about your actions? How did you emotionally try to manipulate them? It's real stuff. It's real stuff. I didn't realize, for the longest time, I thought real communication isn't texting. I call those relations textual relationships. When people break up over text, like text is so like heated and people get mad and they just start they just text. They just text. you know Avoid it, move forward, things to happen for a reason, wish them well and move forward. Yeah, that's the smart thing to do, but it's not that easy. I mean, Crystal, how many times have you been on my live? Have you seen somebody come in here and say, when am I going to hear from my ex? Can you tell me about so and so? They're my soulmate and I want them back and we're in separation. I haven't heard from them and da 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 da. I need them in my life, blah 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 blah. It's all day, all day. I would have to say, like, on this live already, there's been at least 5 or 6 people that have said that on this live, and another 2 over here. And you know, and if I was on TikTok, whew, whew, it is constant. It is just a constant barrage. And so you have these scammer psychics that take advantage of this loophole thinking where they say, oh, I'll do this whole thing where I'll get the red candles and tie them together and I'll put all this stuff. Oh, you take care. No problem. I'm glad that it was able to relate to you somehow, Kasia. Thank you so much for telling me you need to go. That's really sweet of you. Take care. You have a nice night. Block voidant. It's a thing. What does block voidant mean? Where they just block you, where they don't talk about it, they just block you. Well, yeah, that's the victim mentality, and that's the victim turning into the manipulator. For the longest time, I was the victim. I was never the manipulator. And then my boyfriend, he poked at me. He poked at me. He said, "You're manipulating. You're being emotionally manipulative." And I'm like, "Stop it. I am not. Damn it. Damn it, you're right." No, they can't. They can't. They can't. And so yeah, it turns into this really nasty situation where bad karma is racked up on all sides. But the sad thing is at the end of the day, everybody just wants to be loved. Everybody just wants to be loved. A lot of people goes to avoid. Absolutely. Hi, Janace. Hi, Sunita. Absolutely. A lot of people ghost in order. Yes, I am great. Thank you for asking. A lot of people ghost to avoid, but a lot of people need to, well, oh my gosh. Well, how long do you have to know someone in order to give them like an appropriate goodbye? Like, how many dates can you go on and then ghosting is okay? I think if you go on one date and it doesn't work out and you ghost them, I think that's okay. He blocked you and he's not responding on messages. Yeah, that's like, you got to get out of there. You're using it as sarcasm. So, well, sarcasm has a truth. Sarcasm has a lot of truth to it. So, I would say, well, some people say that if a relationship is under a month, under a month, then ghosting is okay. What is your time frame? Like how long do you need to know somebody before you have to give them like a proper goodbye? Like what's the acceptable time limit on being able to go someone? Because I think if you go on like a first date with someone and it's an absolute nightmare, I think it's okay to ghost them. But I don't know. What do you guys think? It's cold. Nobody likes to be ghosted, but this is a weird dating climate. I know this might be a sensitive topic. Like, have how many people in this chat have ghosted somebody? How many people in this chat have ghosted someone? And how many people in this chat has been ghosted? If you forget who you were in my phone, then you delete. Yeah, that's smart. That's smart. I was really bad about deleting phone numbers out of my phone. I just like wouldn't do it. And then like somebody got my phone and they're like, "Oh my God, you're like a whore." And they saw these phone numbers of just people that I've been ghosted on, that I've ghosted, um, or financial support. So he ghosted you for all his family was against. Yeah. So so if you were ghosted, I know you whore. So if you were ghosted, um, um, then why do you want him back? And if he like took money from you and he wanted financial support and then he ghosted you and his family is all this and stuff, why are you still thinking about him, I mean, or is it just because we're talking about it? Because this goes back into the amnesia. That But is he sorry? Does he want to make up for it? Should I keep him in my phone just because maybe one day he's going to come back and he's going to say that he's sorry and that he feels bad, you know because when they're sorry, that feels good. That feels good when somebody comes to you and they're like, "I'm sorry." Yeah, once they'll do it once and they'll do it again. And that's very avoidant strategy, is because they get that amnesia. Their attachment system calms down and they realize that they want to have connection with someone. They want to have connection. So they'll reach out to me like, "Hey, what's up?" And then you get clingy and things get weird and then they get mean and then they disappear again. It's the attachment system. It acts up, and yeah, it's a pattern. And but it's actually a psychological thing that happens with people that are being avoided, is their attachment system. They feel something, and so they get very uncomfortable. They get very fussy, like a fussy baby. Like a fussy baby that said, "No, I don't want to deal with this person. So I'm going to tell them your shoes suck." You say, "Your shoes suck," or they'll say something like, sometimes these people look like narcissists and emotionally immature. Absolutely. Absolutely. And a lot of times people call these narcissist relationships. But then you get into that place, and here's that place again, that sticky, sticky place. Are you the victim, or do you have some skin in the game? Or are you partly to blame? Have you said some stuff that is not cool as well? Have you been emotionally manipulative? They could be in a narcissist, but what if you're in a situation where you're with a narcissist and you're just yelling at them all the time and you're fighting with them and you're saying bad stuff and they're saying bad stuff, and then later you're sorry. But what about all that bad stuff you said? Like, that's manipulative. That's manipulation. Like, that's bad karma. That's bad karma. So they may be a piece of shit, but you may be a piece of shit too. And it's okay to be a piece of shit. We're all pieces of shit. It's okay. It's okay. And but we learn, and hopefully we grow and we get into relationships with secure people who don't play these games, who know that And it sounds like Crystal may have a little bit of a secure thing going on. How she knows that, you know what, there's plenty of fish in the sea. You take care of Himanchi. Oh, good. God bless you too. Some people may be secure. Mac Dog. Some people may be secure and they may say, you know what, there's plenty of fish in the sea. I don't need somebody who's like being really weird and clingy or weird and avoidant and mean. I'm just going to go out and find someone who's just normal, who's not like this flashy, like, oh, I love you. Let's go out. Let's be, let's have sex on the first date, or somebody who is just like normal. They're not pushing things. They're just like, well, let's just see where it goes. It's good to be outcome independent, where you're like, okay, let's take it slow, because these narcissists or these anxious avoidant relationships, they start really fast and they blow up and they get really intense really quick, and your first week is a whirlwind, and then it dies down, and then the rest of the relationship for the next 5 years, you're just trying to go back to that first week. Matched energy is amazing. Well, like, but sometimes when you are in these situations where you're going back and forth with someone and you try to get into a relationship with someone else who's like stable and secure, they may be like, hey, you're too much. You're too much. And you may think that, well, this is going too slow and this isn't exciting enough. And you may not go for the guy who's a little bit boring, or who moves a little bit slower, or you know you may not go for the nice guy. And that's the thing, is the nice guy is the great guy. The nice guy is what you want. You want to take it slow and easy and not be in a situation where you're yelling all the time, and or you're waiting for them to call you back, and when you don't want to be in like this crazy addicted nasty relationship. That's not what you want. If you're too much, they're not right for you. Yeah, that's true. That's true. If you're too much, you're not right for them. But then Crystal. You see that, Crystal? You can call me Stina Alpha Wolf. I wonder if Crystal's still in here. It'd be funny. Sam Reedy. It is $30 to get a reading on this live, but we are doing a collective reading that might be right up your alley. That might be right up your alley. No problem. It's Stina with an S. Some people get it wrong, but it's not a problem. So yeah. So what do you do? Plus, you're not rushing and you're not going to do anything you don't want to do. So, yeah, you don't rush. You take it slow. You go for the nice guy. They say that you saw it. Like I was saying, every live there's like 10, 20 of them all asking the same question. And they want it for free. And that what they want is for me to say, oh, they're coming back, sweetie. Just pay me $200. I'll light a candle and they'll be back next week. No, they're not coming back. If they are coming back, they're gonna piss you off, and you're gonna have sex, and then you're gonna get mad at them because they disappear, and then you're gonna fight, and you're gonna hold on to it, and you're gonna, and you're just gonna go down this wormhole that is just a nightmare. So I, I have a past with drugs and alcohol and addiction. And I find that I'm addicted whenever what's mine comes to me in time. Yeah. I'm so grateful for my boyfriend. I'm so grateful. He's the nice guy. He's the nice guy. So, but he saw me for who I was, and I'm so grateful. Because this guy never sees you for who you are. He never sees you for who you are, ever. Ever. He never sees you. He never respects you. He doesn't see how fabulous you are. He just sees the nag. Why didn't you text me back? So, what do you do? Oh, here comes this. Oh, okay. No, I blocked them. So, what do you do? So Mac Dog says life is short and what's mine comes to me in time. Life is short and what's mine comes to me in time. But you still kind of got to go after it. You still got to somehow put yourself out there. Somehow. Yeah. It is petty. It is petty, but sometimes it takes over somebody's whole life. And and these things can last years. Have you ever heard of somebody where you say, "Well, how many times have you broken up?" And they're like, 20 times. Have you ever heard that? And you're like, have you ever heard that they've broken up 20 times? But I can't wait to hear from them. And they miss out on the greatest blessings. I agree. A lot of people don't want to look past the outer wrapping. Well, that's if you're just dealing with physical chemistry. And that goes for guys too. A lot of times people will see a handsome guy, but they don't see how he's a good mother, or a good to his mother, or bad to his mother, or get solved. Is it possible for them to ever find peace or get solved this emotional immaturity? I don't know if you would call it emotional immaturity, because I mean they say that Buddhism, like the state of Buddhahood, is within every world. And so the circular relationships are hell. There's 10 worlds: hell, hunger, animality, and then there's anger and rapture, and there's bodhisattva and all this stuff. um and they're not going to regret it. They're not going to regret it. They don't care. They're not going to regret it. That's one of the lies, is that, oh, they're going to feel bad, they're going to apologize, they're going to come back, I can't wait for them to be sorry, and they're going to come back and they're going to apologize. They're not going to apologize. No, there might be a honeymoon period, but then they just get back to it, you know. And so, I mean, emotional maturity. It is. So what I would say, and if you guys want to buy my book, I wrote a book on this. Maybe it's why I can talk so freely about it. I wrote a book on it. It's called Find Freedom from Love Anxiety and Manifest an Ideal Love. It's available on my website for $15. It's an ebook, and it's a love manifestation book. So the first half is about attachment styles, this whole thing that we're talking about, this whole nutty cycle. And then the second, yeah, they move on to the next victim. Yeah. And so do you. I'm not saying you, but if there's two tangoing. And sometimes they're moving. Hi, Ishtaro. And so sometimes, when they're not talking to you, they're talking to their other victim, and when they're not talking to their other victim, they're talking to you. No, it's available on my website, psychicstina.com. psychicstina.com. It's an ebook, and you can type in it. You can, it has like a whole love manifestation section, like all these exercises about your life and stuff. It's $15. You can get it at psychicstina.com. and you download it. So you'll get like a download code once you pay for it, and so be sure to download it. But it's called Find Freedom from Love Anxiety and Manifest an Ideal Love on psychicstina.com. And that's what this is about. And so in chapter 5, I talk about the 12 steps, 12-step programs. Ooh, boy. Reiki Clayton. Is that you, Michael? Is that you, Michael? You just been changing all your name. Are you doing Reiki these days? This sparkle mat is made by a Reiki practitioner. I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to turn it on just for a little bit. So I've been thinking about putting it on Amazon, but it's a whole thing. I need help. I need help. So I'll just put this on a 1 hour. Sparkle mats. They're amazing. They have like hertz, like alpha, delta, theta waves, low frequency waves that kind of are good for meditation and stuff. And this is amethyst. This is all the purple you see back here. This is all crushed amethyst, and the white is tourmaline. Yeah, here, let me stand up so you can see it in all its glory. This is like 9 or 10 pounds of amethyst. This is all amethyst. Yeah. Sparklemats.com, MATS.com. You can get $40 off if you use code PsychicStina. If you use my name, you get $40 off. Check it off. Check it out. Sparklemats.com. So anyway, so Alcoholics Anonymous, they have this whole thing with like addiction and alcoholism and stuff. They got it all figured out. I have to tell you, it's worked for lots of people, but there's a higher power element. There's a higher power element when it comes to overcoming addiction. And so what this is, the anxious avoidant, I know, isn't it beautiful? I have like a full length one. This is the mini mat. And so it fits in my chair. And then I have one that fits on a massage table. I was laying on it today. It's so nice. It heats up to 160 degrees. It's hot stone therapy. Very stiff though. But you can get like a topper for it. So I'm an Aries. Whew. Hold on a second. We're going to get into the solution. We're about to get into the solution. If you guys are still with me about this anxious avoidant relationship, if you're still with me, we're about to get into the solution. Oh, this smells so good. This is Aura spray. Okay. So 12 steps. 12 steps. The first step is admitting there's a problem. You know, if you're going back and forth, hi there, garden perfection, garden perfection-y. If you're having a problem with a relationship that's going back and forth, off and on, all crazy, all nutty, and you're getting angry and they're getting distant and you're being nasty and they're being mean, you know, you got to get to this, and all you want is for them to come back. Then you got to get to this place where you can see, hey, there's a cycle here. I like how these cats are going in a circle. There's a cycle here. There's a cycle, and it's an addictive cycle. And you have to say, okay, you know what? This is insane. This is insanity, and it's got to stop. And it's really hard to get to that peace of mind, to that clarity place where you can say, you know what, this isn't working for me, and I got to stop it. I got to stop the cycle. It's really hard to get to that place of clarity. And oftentimes when you get to that place of clarity, it's because a spiritual miracle has happened. It is a spiritual experience that leads you to a place of clarity saying, this relationship's killing me. This relationship's killing me, and I need to stop it. They have all of these quizzes that are saying like, you may be an alcoholic if you answer 5 out of these 10 questions. And so one of the questions they always ask is, have you tried to stop drinking? Have you tried to stop the relationship? Or have you had friends say that maybe this relationship is toxic? Have you thought about maybe after an moment? Yeah, so you had an aha moment and like, yeah, this is killing me, this is a problem. And so you have these lists. Have you tried to stop before? Yes. Do you have friends that say this is a bad thing, like people chiming in? What if she's already got to a place that she says the relationship is over, but yet you haven't seen the cycle was happening until it was too late? Well, you got to end it. But I'm getting into the solution. I'm getting into a solution because the whole thing is it's circular. You want them back, they forget, they come back, you get mad, they forgive you. It's just this whole thing, and then you want them back, and everybody's pissed off, and everybody's hurt, and then you forget that they hurt you, and all you want is it just goes around and around. And so you got to get to this place of like, okay, stop. Like what is that aha moment that says I gotta get out of this relationship? I gotta like get to this place where I don't want them back, where they are like a hot stove. Like you don't touch a hot stove. How do you get to this place where where they're repulsive to you, where you're like, I don't want to deal with them? Because when you're in this place, all you want is to hear from them, all you want is to argue with them, all you want is to interact with them. And that's because the attachment style is panicking. The attachment system is panicking, and so you just are clinging to get this relationship back, right? So you got to get to this place of like, okay, I need serenity. And so there's that serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Grant me the serenity. So you want serenity because this is madness, to accept the things you cannot change. This is fucking bullshit. Like, I can't change this. This is going to go on and on and on, and I can't do a thing about it. So yeah, so we're talking about how to like deal with it. We're getting into the solution right now. The whole past hour we've been talking about your problem, about the attachment phase. So we're getting into the solution. So you have the serenity prayer. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. You can't change that they're a piece of shit and that you're being a piece of shit, that you're being a victim who attacks back. You can't change that. You can't change this cat and mouse relationship. They're not going to apologize. They're not going to change. They're not going to do. You have to say, okay, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. I accept that I can't change this, and the courage to change the things you can. I can block them in my phone. I cannot talk to them. I can avoid the situation altogether and move on with my life. Okay. I can stop scrolling their Instagram profile, seeing who they're talking to, seeing who's liking their pictures, like what I can stop talking about it to my friends and family until they don't want to talk to me anymore. What can you do? What accept the things you can change, and to have the wisdom to know the difference. What's the difference? You need wisdom. So you have to pray. All right. You have to pray. And this is the thing that turns a lot of people off of the 12 steps, is that there is a spirituality component to it. Is that there is, when it comes to this insanity, and in relationships both show narcissistic traits, emotional coldness. Well, yeah, sometimes you just gotta just clip it. Cut. Um, it's hard though. Yeah, I love the serenity prayer too. I have chanted that over and over and over because I mean, one of the reasons why I know this situation so well is because I've lived it, you know? I've been in that relationship where we broke up like 20 times. Ridiculous. 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 Ugh. And at the end, I was such an evil person. I hated who I had become. I hated who I'd become. I was in the wrong too, you know? And so the courage to change what you can, you got to change yourself and you got to accept like what have I done here as well. So so the first step is so so you say okay, there's a problem. And that's why at the beginning of alcoholics meetings or whatever they say, hi, I'm Stina and I'm an alcoholic or whatever. Like they say, like they'll introduce themselves and they'll say, I have a problem. And so I identify as a codependent addict or oh, see, and you grew up on it. Yeah. And that might be one of the reasons why you have such a secure attitude, Crystal. That might be one of the reasons why you have such a secure attitude is because you're already in that space, you know? So so you admit that there's a problem. And then step 2 is you have to realize that you can't change it on your own. That you're not powerful enough to fix this problem. So so say you and that's why one of the questions is have you tried? Have you tried to stop talking to them and you can't? Have you tried to stop thinking about them and scrolling their Instagram profiles and talking to your friends about it? No, 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 no. You know, asking for psychics for free readings. Have it forgiving yourself gets there, but you have to realize that no human power can get you to stop. That you can't stop on your own. You know that you're insane. That you want your ex back and you can't stop. That this is not a human problem. This problem is bigger than you. And then you have to come to the place that your higher power can help you if they are sought. Would and could help you if they are sought. And and then you seek that higher power. That's the first 3 steps. Is you admit there's a problem. You say that I can't fix it. Only a higher power can do this if I seek them. And then help me. And then you ask for help. And that's the first 3 steps. If you can get through the first 3 steps, you're in good shape. The next few steps you got to like, you know, kind of clean your side of the street and we talked a lot about that. You know, looking at like what do you resent because your resentments keep you coming back, you know, like your resentments keep you I wanted to apologize. I want to do this. I want to do that. You know, I resent him for this. I resent him for that. It keeps you mad and keeps you fighting. And so you kind of got to get all that out. And that's in a 4th step. That's in a 4th step where you write out your story, but then you find your part in it, you know? It's like, okay, what's my part? I think that's the 5th step. And then you give it all over. You say, okay, I'm going to like look at my defects of character. I'm going to look at my defects of character, how I was like really awful too. And I'm going to say, you know, if I turn my life over to a power greater than myself, you know, then that power greater than myself will help me get over my problems. And so I don't think these anxious avoidant relationships are fixable by human power. Like it, you can well, it's a paradigm shift. So I mean it can get stopped by you know, my situation ended because the person that I was with got engaged to somebody after the day after my birthday, after they had taken me out for my birthday, and then the next time I heard from them, they sent me a picture of this girl's finger with a ring on it. And they said, "I'm engaged." And I said, "That's fucking gross." and and I got to this place where I was like, I don't want it anymore. And that is and that is where we come to this place where the higher power intercedes. I like to talk about Deus de machina, God in the machine, where God will do something to intercede to get you off of this person. Like I don't think our lives are meant to suffer in these nasty relationships. Like eventually something will change. And when something changes, that's always some sort of higher power interceding for us. The higher power does for us what we cannot do for ourselves. And when it comes to these anxious avoidant relationships, you got to pray. You got to pray for the spiritual experience, for the experience to come and give you the serenity. What if you know the person is the greatest thing ever in your life? They're not the greatest thing ever in your life. They're an addiction. They're an addiction. And the chances are is that they were like really awful and evil to you, and you just forget that they're evil to you, and you just want them back. It's called an activated attachment system. If you want to know more, you can replay this video. We've been talking about it for an hour and a half. We've been talking about it for an hour and a half, so I don't feel like going back over it. So, but no, they're not the greatest thing in your life. You think they're the greatest thing in your life, but they're not. They're not giving you what you need to be happy and to be secure. If you're constantly freaked out because your relation hi Marty, if you're constantly freaked out because your relationship is failing at all times, you're happy when you're there, but when you're not in the relationship, you're like freaked out and you're panicked and you're anxious and you're upset. Love feels good. Love feels secure. Love feels safe. Love does not feel panicked and freaked out. That's attachment. Panicked and freaked out all the time is not a good way to live life. And it's hard to like focus on your life, to focus on your job, to focus on like writing a book or exercising, or like it's hard to focus on real life things when you're sucked into these nasty relationships. And so in order to get released from the cycle of these circular on and off, hot and cold relationships, they're not the best thing in your life. They're your curse. They're your curse. They're not the best thing in your life. And so it's a lie. It's a lie. And so you need to pray to your higher power to grant you the serenity to accept the things you cannot change. You cannot change this person's behavior. If they were a piece of shit to you in the past, they're going to be a piece of shit to you in the future. And if they were a piece of shit to you and you were backed into a corner and you nagged at them and you were a piece of shit back, then you'll be a piece of shit in the future too. These two, they both tango. Bad karma. Bad karma. Bad karma. So I believe that you pray for the repulsion. You pray to become repulsed. To become repulsed. You want to be repulsed. You don't want to. Hold on. Relationships and the solution. Okay. So you pray to be turned off from the person. You don't want to have them in your life anymore. Because when you're still craving for them to come to you, you're still craving for them to want, to hear from them, and you want to interact with them, and you want to yell at them, and you want them to apologize, and you want to hear from them, and da 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 da. You want to get to a place where you don't want it anymore, where you just stop. Like there's like and I believe it's the spiritual experience. They call it a vital spiritual experience. That's what I believe it is. When you have the vital spiritual experiences, you come to this place of, I'm done. I don't want it anymore. I don't want it anymore. No, I don't care if it's blocked. I don't care if they reach out. I just don't want it anymore. Like you come to this place where you're it's just peace. It's, and it's okay. And you're okay. And you look forward to the future, and you say, I want something else. I want something in my life that is stable, and I don't want to chase this feeling anymore. you know you come to this place. I haven't had a drink in a really long time. I'm enjoying this rock star though, but I haven't had a drink in a long time. And I haven't had drugs. Well, I haven't had meth in a really long time. And that was a vital spiritual experience for me, where I was able to stop. I was able to cut it off. Something happened where I said, hey, I want to live. I want to live. Like, I want something better for my life. I don't want this angel of your nightmares. Selena, it is $30 to get a reading on this live. Right now, I'm doing a reading about the solution to anxious avoidant relationships, hot and cold relationships that are born into your nightmares. Nightmare relationships. So I don't give free readings, but if you would like a reading, it's $30, and I take Cash App and Venmo. Psychic Stina on Cash App and Venmo. Let me know if you want me to type it out in the chat. So, yeah. That's what it does. She visits your dreams. I have to tell you, I still have like weird drug dreams. Like dreams where I'm like using drugs and stuff like that. Where I'm like drinking in my dreams, and I wake up going, "Oh my God, did I blow my sobriety?" Like I have these crazy dreams every now and then, where it's like the attachment style is going, "Wait, wait." They say you can go back into time though, if you live the wrong way, because once you turn it over to your higher power, then and you put yourself in the care of your higher power, and you declare. And so this is where things get a little bit dicey, because you can say you're selling your soul to the devil. I don't think you're selling the soul to the devil. Higher self protection. um you say that I am now in service of my higher power. Like I serve something higher than myself. And I feel like that in my readings. I feel like I'm being of service when I give readings. I feel like that I have like a mission to help people. And I do that through my private readings. And that's one of the reasons why I don't tell people that, yeah, he's coming back and your life is going to be hunky dory, because that's not me being of service. That's me saying, yeah, go ahead, go drink and you'll do just fine. I can't do that. I'm being of service. And being of service is where you help somebody else who's addicted and confused and going into these horrible states of confusion and anxiety, helping somebody overcome them as I've overcome them. Like, hey, let me help you out. I've been there. So let me tell you what I've done, you know. And that's what I've done. I've given my life over to the care of a higher power of my understanding, and that's what I've done. And I feel so much better, and I'm in a beautiful relationship, and and things are so much better. We had our 4-year anniversary. I have never been in a relationship that lasted so long. 4 years is not very long, but to me, it's really long. And we're doing great. We're doing great. We don't, if we fight, we don't really fight. We love each other and we're like supporting each other. He has my back and I have his back. We care about each other. And it's not like this crazy nightmarish thing. I know he's there for me. I don't ever have to doubt. Like, I don't ever have to doubt that he's not there for me. Like, when I text him, he texts me back, unless he's busy, and then he'll text me back later. It's like I never have to doubt. It is $30 to get a reading on this live, Christelle, and I'm Psychic Stina. Let me type it out. I'm Psychic Stina on Cash App and Venmo. And it's $30 USD to get a reading on this live. I do not do free readings because free readings are not heard. And then I just get attacked afterwards. So it's just a nightmare. A couple of people ruined it for everybody else. So yeah, I don't do free readings, but I would love to give you advice about your daughter for $30. And we can talk all about it. And I'll give you a reading that would blow your socks off. But other than that, I'm going to end this live very soon because I feel like I've said what I needed to say. So, questions about what we've talked about, comments. There's only 4 people on this thing. Once I got into the solution, everyone disappeared because everybody likes to stay in the mess, They like to stay in the mess. They like to stay in the drama. If you want a reading on this live, it's $30. If you want to book a reading, private. Oh, hi there. His royal deadliness. Yes, I might be wrapping it up. Do you have PayPal? Yes. You can go to my link in bio and scroll down to payment for lives and pay $30. And we can do it on this live, or it's $30 to get a reading on this live. If you would like to pay that, then I would love to read you, but I do not do free readings. So if you go to Garden Perfectiony, if you go, I'm Psychic Stina on PayPal too, but it's paypal.me/Psychic Stina. That's my PayPal link. One-to-one readings, there are different prices for it. If you go to my link in bio or go to psychicstina.com, you can book an appointment. Live readings are I'm available on Wednesday through Saturday or Sunday, and or you can get an audio reading where it's like a 15. You fill out like a whole form with your questions and your situation and stuff. And then I do a reading and I send you a picture of the reading and an audio recording of the reading. You can book that for tomorrow and you'll get it on Wednesday. So you won't get a reading. So if you book one now, no, I'm sorry. If you want to book a one-on-one reading, it's like late. It's almost 11 p.m. here. So no, you can't have an appointment right now. But you can book one on my website, psychicstina.com, and I'll be available on Wednesday. Or you can come on to my live tomorrow and we can talk tomorrow. Or yeah. So if you want a one-on-one, just go to my website. Go to my website, go to appointments, and see the options, and then you choose what you want and then book them. So you got to respect my time and I'll respect your time. So you can't book a appointment right now. It's too late. It's too late. I'm not going to do it. So, and nothing is like so important that it can't wait 2 days. It may seem like you need to talk to me like right this instant, but you don't. You can wait 2 days. You can respect my time and wait 2 days, and we can do that. But yeah, so you can go ahead and go to Psychic Stina, and good. If you use code FESTIVE, FESTIVE, you can get a discount for the holidays. For the holidays, I'm offering a discount if you use code FESTIVE at psychicstina.com. So, all right. And so I do I do readings by text, by phone, by FaceTime, or the audio reading. So they're all different prices. They're all different prices. Oh, well, you have a good night too, Crystal. I just opened up my iPad and I saw you. So anyways, you have a good night too. I don't think anybody is paying for a reading at this time. If anybody is paying for a reading, let me know, like right now. If not, we're going to call this reading done. I think that was a very energetic and emotional reading. Woo, it's a roller coaster. And that's why I don't read for free, because that's a very roller coastery of a reading. So I'm just going to anxious, avoidant, hot, and cold. You're welcome. No contact. You're welcome. I hope you got some clarity. Barja H. Have some water. That was a big one. I hope you find some peace, I hope you find some peace. So I'll say it again before I close. God, whatever that means to you, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Right when I said that, somebody said, "My private photo here, free." Somebody like offering to show like some spammy thing. So, yeah, you guys, thanks so much for joining my live tonight. And I hope you have a really nice night. I'll be here tomorrow. Let me put my thing down. Is anybody on Pokemon Go? Hi, Orchard Twilight. We're just closing. We are just ending the reading just now. I'm right about over. We were talking about anxious, avoidant, hot and cold, no contact relationships and their solutions. So if you want to see the replay on Instagram or YouTube, feel free to do it. I'm uploading it right now. So you take care, Orchard Twilight, and I'll see you tomorrow night. So good night.